Now in our view model, so this is our news view model and I'm going to create a pager in it. So pager is equals to pager. It will take a paging config, so paging config, and it will take a page size. So the page size is 10 in our case, and the second parameters in our pager is remote mediator. You can see over here, and here I pass our news remote mediator, and our news remote mediator will take the news DAO. So the news DAO, news interface, and the initial page. So in our case my initial page is 1, and we have to annotate it with experimental paging API. Okay, so now open a set of parentheses, and in here by using our news DAO we actually take our articles. So get all articles, and if you remember, get all article return paging source. Okay, so now in our view model we actually pass this thing. Okay, so now I'm going to make this thing a flow. All right, so that's it. So this is our pager, and if you check, it will return us flow, which is actually contain paging data, and our paging data will contain articles. All right, so now in our news fragment, so this is our news fragment, and this is our previous approach. So we have live data, and we are observing this live data, and depending on the state, okay, we actually showing our progress bar. Yeah, so now I'm going to comment it out, all of this thing except my this news recycler. All right, so the adapter is same in our in this case or in our previous case, because there is no change we want to do in our paging adapter. All right, so now I'm going to observe this thing. So for this we using view lifecycle owner and life cycle scope. I'm going to launch, and within our launch we actually use pager. Sorry, really sorry. First view model, and then in our view model we actually have our pager. All right, so this is fine, and I'm using collect latest because we are using flows, so that is why we are using this collect latest. All right, so the name of news adapter is news paging adapter, and we are going to simply submit our data in it, and that's it. That's all. So now I'm going to run our application and show you how it look like. So finally our application will run, and you can see over here this is our application. So when we disconnect our mobile data, so I'm just going to off our Wi-Fi and the mobile data. Actually I on my aeroplane mode, so I just close it, and I'm going to the back. Okay, so our application will close, and so there is no data. Okay, so when I open my app, in our previous case it doesn't appear anything, but now we need to see what is appearing when we open our application. So just find our application, so news application, yeah, this one. So right click on it, and you can see over here this is our cache data. Okay, so there is no network present in our mobile device, but still we are receiving all of our data over here. So yeah, this is a benefit of using remote mediators. Okay, so I make couple of changes behind the scenes, so I'm going to show you the changes. So in our retrofit, in our response article, so make all this thing nullable, and in order to store this source, because you know in our room database we actually store the primitive data types, so we have to make any kind of thing with our source in order to store this source in the room database. So for this we actually have a type converters. So these are some type converters. So the first type converter will actually convert our source to the string. So by using this JSON, I'm going to convert our source to a string, and then after we are storing this thing in our database, and this is just for a reverse. So the string which is stored is going to convert in the form of source when we fetch our data. This is the end of our tutorial, and I assume you learn a lot from this tutorial. And if you learn a lot from this tutorial, please like my video, subscribe my channel so that you get more notification regarding my uploads.